Hello, everybody.
Good afternoon. I'm Helena Chow, Managing Director at Bank of America. I lead coverage of crossover investors within investment banking, and I'm delighted to be here today with Snyk CEO Peter McKay. Peter is a driving force behind Snyk, the category leader in developer security that's revolutionizing the traditional cybersecurity landscape with the launch of their AI Trust platform. Great to be here with you today, Peter.
It's great to be here. Awesome event.
Could you share how Snyk has evolved from a developer security pioneer to an AI-first company?
Yeah, so for people who don't know who Snyk is, we focus on a category called developer security. So it's things around code security, application security that were really designed historically at the very end of a process before an application would ever go into production, every 3, 6, 9 months. And then over time, the pace of software development increased significantly. And so the importance of shifting security left or bringing it earlier and earlier in the software development lifecycle became critical. And that was how Snyk was formed, building, allowing developers to go fast, but also do it in a secure way. And so that's how we've started to, with a very first security open source PLG motion, allowing developers to try it, build your apps, make sure they're secure. That led to kind of an upsell from there over the years. But it's all been designed to focus on developers going fast, but do it in a secure way. Now, with the evolution of that developer definition, now the pace of software development is increasing significantly with the copilots and Cursor, and so embedding security into the developer workflow is more critical than ever. And so Snyk for guardrails for Copilot and Cursor and Windsurfer and all the things, all the new tools to allow developers to increasingly go faster and faster, but do it in a secure way. So it's our users are developers embedded in the process, but giving the security teams the visibility and control that they need to make sure that they're staying secure.
Let's dig into Snyk's AI Trust platform a little bit. What are its primary objectives, and what does the concept of trust entail in this context for your customers?
Yeah, I mean, every company is trying to go faster and faster, and they've been from the digital transformation. Everybody became software companies, and now everybody's trying to get the benefits of all of AI, whether it's code gen or call centers and a lot of the meetings that we've had here. So everybody, either it's productivity enhancements, cost savings, better customer experience, but you need to do it in a secure way. And so what we tried to do with our AI Trust platform is to take the 10 years of developer security experience and bring that to AI security. And so allowing customers to leverage all the tools around code generation, auto fix, auto remediation, LLM security, red teaming, agentic system guardrails. So all the things that we've learned for 10 years around your traditional developer DevSecOps, taking it to AI SecOps, and do it in a way that doesn't interfere with the development, doesn't interfere with the building of the agents and the agentic applications, but giving security teams the trust that all these agents, autonomous agents, are all going to be secure. Because with AI, just like in the cloud era, when people just started to build applications and move them to the cloud, a whole new attack vector opened up. And this onslaught of kind of cloud security became kind of the big worry. And it's the same thing that's happening in the AI era, where the attack surface has just opened up exponentially. Not only are you generating more code than ever before, the code generators themselves are generating 40% more vulnerabilities in the code that they're generating. And so you get more crappy code being generated by the day, and you're trying to keep up with that. And that's what the trust platform is all about, is how do you embed security throughout the whole, from the traditional software development lifecycle into your agentic application lifecycle, and do it in a secure way. And that's what the Snyk AI Trust Platform is about.
Can you talk about what specific capabilities and features does the AI Trust Platform provide that allows Snyk to secure not just the code that's produced by AI, but also the underlying AI models, the pipelines, and the infrastructure?
Yeah, code generation is by far the biggest, because everybody is trying to, I want to increase my developer productivity, and so that's number one. So developer productivity, and so Snyk guardrails. The whole concept of going fast in a car is not because you have a gas pedal, but because you have a brake. And the more comfortable you feel with the brake, the faster you're going to go. And so number one is guardrails around code gen, finding it and fixing issues at point of creation. That's number one. Two, as you're finding them, fix the issues. If you know how to fix them, automatically do it. Because there isn't a company out there that doesn't have thousands and thousands of vulnerabilities that sits in a library that just sits there. And so today you're able to auto-remediate those far faster than ever before. But then, and I call that kind of Snyk, AI for Snyk, making Snyk better, leveraging AI. But then there's a Snyk for AI, and that's taking the years of developer security and bringing it to the AI world, helping companies with agentic system guardrails, red teaming, LLM security, looking at MCP vulnerabilities now. All these just whole new attack surface that's opened up that people, even here, you see throughout the event, how much do you actually hear about how do you secure the agents and all the apps that everybody's building? How do you do it in a way that doesn't slow us down, right? That's the holy grail. I want to get the benefits of all the agents that we're building, but it needs to be secure. I can't let that just go. I need to make sure that I feel comfortable that as a company, we're doing what we can to make sure we're protecting the data, protecting our customers, protecting our employees, and things of that nature.
And looking ahead, what are the key milestones on Snyk's AI security product roadmap for the next 12 to 24 months?
I think the pace is just incredible, and it's exciting. We're kind of in the middle of the tornado. You have probably the greatest volume of software being developed in the history of software, and it's just gaining speed. And so making sure that code is secure is incredible, and that's a constant. It's a SaaS application. We have a tremendous amount of data on vulnerabilities, how we're fixing the vulnerabilities, just a tremendous amount of research that we need to bring to our customers who are on this journey to leverage the tools, leverage all the AI, the power of AI, but I need to make sure I'm doing it in a secure way and embedding it in. And so this is, MCP is the integrations, making sure they're done in a secure way, protecting the LLMs, making sure that, prompt injection, poisoning, LLM model manipulation. There's just so many things that now people haven't thought about that we just need to be out in front of. Our customers, we have 4,500 customers, they trust us to make sure that whatever the definition of developer, and the definition of developer is changing. It used to be, years ago, a developer would write the software and throw it in a data center. Then developers started to own more of the application, building it, running in a cloud. Now they're leveraging a lot of the tools, they're building a lot of the agents, and now you don't have to be a computer science major to build an application. And so, when you look at Forrester and Gartner, the projection, they're not projecting the number of developers to decrease. There's an exponential increase in the number of developers because you're going to have a lot of not overly sophisticated, very domain-specific people building applications faster than ever before without any knowledge of security. And so security just needs to be built in by default, because you're never going to be able to educate everybody on how to build secure agents or agentic applications. It needs to be embedded at the beginning by default.
Totally agree with you. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask this next question, especially since I'm a banker. You've had a strong track record of strategic acquisitions.
Yeah.
How does M&A factor into your AI security roadmap and vision? And congrats, by the way, on your recent acquisition of Invariant Labs.
Yeah, I mean, we've done 12 acquisitions. So I've been CEO for just 6 years, and we've done 12 in the 6 years. And most of those acquisitions have been mostly team and tech, where we have a vision, we know where we're going, we know what the year, 2 years, 3 years are going to be. And we go through this process of, look at, if there's someone who's done it the way we would do it, that is in the market today with incredible team and talent, then I'm going to go grab it. And we raise money. I've got $400 million in the bank. That's what we raised it for. Go out and find great technology, great teams, and integrate that into our platform as if it's part of our existing platform. And so we see a huge opportunity to really look at the market across all the different aspects of AI security, and a lot of which we're building ourselves, and we do that. But if we can get there faster by acquiring a team and technology, and not as a separate standalone software, but an integrated part of our platform, because I think that's the beauty of the Snyk platform, is it's a fully integrated experience. It's all one. And so if we can do that, we're going to continue to be aggressive at looking for companies that we can bring in, integrate them. We still have all of our founders for the acquisitions we made. We have a really good culture of integrating great companies into our company and into our culture. And it's a huge strength, and we want to lean into that even more aggressively. And I think just in the market with the companies that are funded, I think the landscape's changing by the day. And that could be to our advantage to consolidate more in a what has always been an incredibly fragmented, security market.
As we look 3 years down the line, what is the ultimate long-term vision for Snyk in a world that is increasingly powered by AI? How do you expect Snyk to have redefined security for developers?
Yeah, again, I'd go back to just the whole definition of developer is changing. I do think it's going to shift from, really, it's not going to shift away from, really strong computer science trained. I think they're going to be upscaled to be more spec, more architects, more, they're still going to be needed. I think that's going to be more important than ever. But I do think the kind of more domain specific skill sets, domain like marketing people, finance people, engineers, that'll be leveraging AI to build incredible applications incredibly fast. And so the definition of the developer is going to evolve. Our definition of developer security, allowing developers to develop fast and stay secure, still holds true. I think for us, it's all about just, autonomous security. It's everything is built in, right? It's like, when you think of you're building or writing a Word document, you got spell check, grammar check, it's all done for you. It fixes all the issues. That's our view for security. Like it's so embedded into everything everybody does. It's built in by default, right? And I think it shouldn't be an afterthought. And I think for a lot of companies, everybody's running really fast, and every CEO is saying, go. Like, I want to get the benefit of AI, and I want to be out in front, and it's just go. And we'll worry about security later. Security's in the history of software has always been an afterthought. They built websites, and then they started getting hacked, and then they thought, well, I need security for that. We started moving applications to the cloud. A year, 2 years later, they started to get hacked, and then they need cloud security. And I think we did a survey of CISOs, and they said 70% of the companies have already had an AI attack. And so it's just a matter of time. And I've been in security for 28 years. It just follows the trend build, go really fast, and then secure it later. We're trying to get ahead of it. Snyk's been trying to get ahead of it. We have a developer relations organization since the beginning of the company starting, teaching developers how to build security in from the very start. Do it right from the beginning instead of having to play catch up. And that's what we're trying to do with AI. A lot of what we do is just educate, give them free tools to try, build it in, learn, we'll help you, and then you grow with it. And I think that's probably the biggest shift for us as we started to move kind of more broadly into the enterprises and financial institutions and government agencies, is we needed to be far more prescriptive with our approach to DevSecOps, but also AI SecOps. And now we go into companies that are on some journey, some phase of evolution from that DevSecOps journey to their AI Sec journey, and we take them on that. We walk them through in a very prescriptive way how to do it in the right way. And so a lot of what we're doing today is having workshops and working sessions, because ultimately our view, where we've been the most successful over the 10 years of Snyk existence, is really partnering with companies that are on a journey, that we work together, align on the strategy, align on our roadmap, and work it together. And I think that's why we've had the success we've had over the years, and we hope to continue to drive that success for many years to come.
Well, it looks like we're out of time. Please join me in thanking Peter for his thoughtful insights.
Thank you, everybody.